All right, we have another installment of our alumni spotlights. I'm very excited to get an opportunity to interview Samantha. Samantha, would you please introduce yourself?
Hello, I am Samantha Mathis, and I went to the U of A. Um, I graduated in 2022. I got my bachelor's in computer science and French with a minor in ISTA, which is Information Science, Technology, and Arts. Um, I also received my master's from Boston University, and I just graduated in 2024 in May. I'm from Tucson, and I'm currently a software developer at Raytheon here. Something interesting would that people don't normally know about me would be I have a twin sister, and she's actually in law school right now.
Awesome. That sounds like you've had a great experience since you've left the University of Arizona. What made you decide to pursue a graduate degree in what field?
So I got my graduate degree in software development, and I decided to do that because Raytheon has a great program where they pay for your master's. You have to stay 2 years afterwards, but they pay it. And I was like, sounds like a great opportunity, and I don't know why I wouldn't take it. So I decided to go further.
That sounds like a great benefit to their employees, and that's wonderful that they value that education, and you took advantage of it. So that's great. So now thinking back on your undergraduate experience, why did you decide to attend the University of Arizona?
So I grew up in Tucson, and so I grew up around the campus, and the campus is just beautiful. My parents also went to U of A, and it just seemed like the best option.
So there's some family connections there of continuing the legacy of attending the University of Arizona, which is
Yeah.
great. We like to hear that. And so you had so many options to choose from in terms of a major at the university. They have colleges in fine arts, they have colleges of, you know, uh, uh, social and behavioral sciences. Why did you select computer science as your major?
So originally, when I first started at U of A, I started in chemistry, and because I really liked organic chemistry because I took it my senior year of high school, and I really liked the teacher. But U of A doesn't have just an organic chemistry major. You have to take all different kinds of chemistry and physics and biology, and I was not ready for that. And so the summer after my freshman year, I decided to take CS 110 and just to see if I liked it, and I did, and I decided to continue on with it.
As a former chemistry major, I can completely agree with your experience. I concur. I also enjoyed organic chemistry. So,
Yeah.
once you decided to declare computer science, I mean, no looking back, you've obviously made a career out of it. Thinking back on your experience here at the U of A in computer science, what did you enjoy most about your time here?
Well, I became a course coordinator for CS 110, and I really enjoyed that because I could work with the other TAs, I could work with the students, um, hold office hours, help them during class. Got to see how differently like the 110 classes can be taught from one teacher to another teacher. Um, yeah, so I think that was my best experience was becoming a course coordinator for it.
And our course coordinator program is so great that you get to have a positive impact on other students, on TAs, and work with faculty. I'm glad that you found that very rewarding. Was there a favorite memory while you were at the University of Arizona that you can tell us about?
I really liked our grading parties because we'd all be in a room and we'd be grading the tests. We'd each take a portion of them, and there was food, pizza or Chipotle one time. So it was just fun to like be in the environment with all the other TAs and having fun.
Developed a great sense of community and camaraderie, I believe. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great. Was there a faculty member in our department that had a positive impact on you, and how did they have that positive impact?
Yeah, so there's multiple. I really liked Ben Dicken. He was the 110 teacher, and he was really great, and like he was my first professor into the computer science department too. So he really got my love for computer science. Um And then Macerdo with operating systems. He was very like patient with me, so I really appreciated that too.
That's great. Instructors have such an impact on students. So I'm glad that you were able to have that positive interaction and positive interactions and impact from an instructor. That's wonderful. So tell us about your current position, your role at Raytheon, and how did you get there, and why is this role important?
So, my first 2 years at Raytheon, I was doing flight software, and I just recently switched to be in the HWIL department, which is hardware in the loop. So, working on the software with the hardware. So, I found it really beneficial to be able to do cross platforms and be able to have knowledge with like the hardware, with the software, even a little bit with the firmware. Figuring out what that was interesting. Um, and so, um, yeah, so I just really, so it's good to be able to have knowledge in different areas.
Having a diverse background in coursework and expertise allows you to bring those tools to a position, which makes you much more marketable and fit for
Yeah.
multiple positions. That's great. What advice would you give to a student who's looking to get into a position like yours or working at Raytheon?
So I would make sure that like you know that you are in charge of getting what you earn and like what you deserve. So if like someone like or if your department isn't giving you your raise or your promotion, make sure you look elsewhere. Make sure you or you talk to them about it. Say like, hey, I like think I earned this. I know I do. Have people that can vouch for you. That's very important.
Yep, it's definitely important to speak up and it mentions wonderful advice. What advice would you give to a student who is looking at different programs, maybe looking at different majors, and is considering computer science at the University of Arizona? What advice would you give them?
Computer science is very like adaptable. Like you can use it for literally anywhere. Any company is gonna need a software engineer, either for like front end stuff or back end stuff. Like we're needed everywhere. So, it's a very good job market there. But basically, yeah, just like work on like being able to do different languages. That's important to make yourself also more valuable. Um, that would be my advice.
Yeah, and for those students that have decided they're pursuing computer science, they're here at the university. Based on your experience, what would you tell them to do? What advice would you give them for those that are already here?
I would say take advantage of like the tutoring center, your TAs, talk to the teacher. There's a ton of resources that are here to help you. So if you're struggling, ask for help. It's better to talk to someone and ask them for help rather than struggle by yourself.
Yeah, it definitely is very important for students to look for those resources and get that advice. Well, thank you, Samantha. I really do appreciate it. I know you're preparing for the new role that you're in. You're learning a lot of new things. Is there anything fun that you're planning to do in the upcoming weeks or so?
I'm actually planning to go to Disneyland at the end of the month. My sister got us preview tickets for the Tiana ride that's opening up, so I'm pretty excited about that. I'm also going to Australia in December, so that's pretty exciting too.
Cool. And this experience with Disney, I recall that you were pretty heavily involved in some Disney stuff when you were an undergrad here as well. Tell us a little bit about when you were in that. I think it was Disney Club.
Yeah, so there was the Disney Club. My sister was the president, and so we do a whole bunch of trivia and movie days and a whole bunch of different activities. It's still going on now, so join the Disney Club. I was also part of giving a little bit of Arizona Magic, which we dressed up as Disney characters and we went to different schools and we read to underprivileged children, and we went to like zoo days and dressing up as different characters, which was a lot of fun.
It sounds like you made the most out of your time at the university, which is wonderful to hear. And I think it's a great role model for what other students should do as well. Get engaged, get involved.
Definitely.
Right. Well, thanks again, Samantha. It's been a pleasure interviewing you.
Thank you, Martine.